Tony.
Yeah.
Like Debbie and Tony were my star students in this class. Okay, you ready? Tell me when to start.
All right, go.
Hi,
Hello.
welcome. This is the course on Facebook video ads, and I'm going to be talking to you about what it takes to make them work. Do you all have a business page?
We do, yes.
Okay,
yes.
what about you, Tony? Okay. A lot of people don't realize they need to set up a separate business page. So even though you have to have a personal profile page, where you do the advertising is from the business page. So let's talk about, where's the clicker? Or we just doing, can I do it from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta put it down.
Okay.
There you go. Click.
Ah, it's magic. Okay. It's called social media for a reason. It's social because we're communicating with people typically that we know, maybe family members, but in a business context, what we're attempting to do is build relationships. So you want it to have a tone of social interaction with your audience. So don't make it so salesy and just talk about product. So when we're starting an advertising campaign with Facebook, we want it to be friendly. We want them to get to know us on a personal level and make those emotional connections. So one of the things that Facebook is really promoting right now, and by the way, I don't work for Facebook. I've just found it's a wonderful tool that's affordable for small business owners and that works. So that's my criteria for a good product. Facebook Live is a new part of the Facebook features that they're offering. It is literally live broadcasting, and Facebook is promoting that. So it's something that we can talk about how to incorporate videos into the Facebook Live feature as well. So let's talk about what happened in 2012. This is when Facebook started to change. Do you know why? What happened in 2012? They went public. I think I said that on there. No, I didn't. You know, oh yeah, I do. They now have shareholders that they are responsible to. So Mark Zuckerman is destined and determined to make a profit for those shareholders. They were in 2012 and before that. What happened when you put a post on Facebook? What percentage of the people who were your friends and followers would see that?
Most of them.
Almost all of them, absolutely. It was pretty much 100%. Every year, starting in 2012, and since then, that number has gone down. It's gone down because Facebook is saying, we can't continue to give this away. We've got shareholders now that expect us to make money, and making money is what they're doing, and the primary source of income for them is Facebook ads. So they want small business owners to advertise. So that's why you're seeing that organic reach down to between 1% and 3%. And actually I read something yesterday that said it will probably get to 0 because they want you to advertise. And that's what it means. Why does Facebook want you to advertise? Obviously they're in the business to make money. And the cool thing, however, is that it is very affordable to advertise on Facebook. For a budget of $1 to $3 per day, you can literally get thousands of targeted views for your post. And the way the algorithms work is way beyond my comprehension level. It is all done by computer now, but basically it used to be that you were awarded points for being on good behavior on Facebook. You got points for post, you got points for relevancy, you got points for doing videos instead of just still images. Or you even got points for doing images instead of no images at all. Now that is all done with computers, and the algorithms figure it out in terms of who sees your post, and if you are paying for it, who you're targeting. So $1 to $10 a day budget, and again, $1 to $5, $1 to $3 range will work. But the more you up your budget, the bigger reach you're going to get. Makes sense. The more you pay, the more you get. But in your event, if you are promoting an event with a video ad, you can expect to probably get 5,000 to 10,000 views of that in a market the size of Indianapolis, maybe even more. That's a very conservative estimate, versus maybe getting 50 views if you just post it. So if you're not advertising on a business page and you have a business, you risk being shut down by Facebook because it violates their terms and conditions. So be sure you're advertising from a business page. And there are actually, I'm going to show you where this Ads Manager is and how to access it. Ads Manager is where you manage the ads. And there's another higher degree or a little more complex than Ads Manager called Power Editor. And one is, the Power Editor is a little more complicated in terms of using it and understanding it and targeting exactly, but it works better. So if you can get to the point of using Power Editor, that's a good thing. Why do videos work better? And they do work better because Facebook likes them, because they get 3 times the engagement of an image. That's just a picture alone. So Facebook wants people to read or watch what's being posted, and that means the more interaction they get, more people see the ads, more sales are made, and it snowballs. It's kind of like the domino effect. Videos make an emotional connection.
This looks like a tattoo.
Okay. The emotional connection is what touches people's hearts. Mm-hmm. So when we can get a video that says, I feel this way about that, or this is something I care about, or this is something that made me think. Those are the kinds of videos that really connect with people, not just chatting on the stairs with somebody, just having an insignificant conversation. We want to make these videos that connect people. Videos are less expensive to advertise. We had a video ad recently that literally, I think we got 10,000 views, and it cost us 1 cent per view, the cost of the video ads. And by the way, Facebook gives you the analytics to see exactly how all this is turning out. What are your results? You can get moment by moment reports from Facebook Analytics telling you what percent of the people who received this video watched 25% of it, who were those people, what were their ages, where do they live, and it breaks it down to how many people watched the video, how many watched it all the way through in stages of 25%, 50%, 75, 95, and 100. So the longer it is, the fewer people you get watching it all the way through, which is really interesting. So 8.5 times more likely to produce revenue with a Facebook video ad, which I thought was a really interesting statistic. And finally, people prefer videos over reading something. They would much rather watch it than have to read through a book or something written online. Now, this is something that is critical to Facebook, and it's always a test I use. If somebody says, oh yeah, I do that, I post on Facebook all the time, so I've already got that taken care of. I ask them, do you know about the Facebook pixel? And they look at me with this deer in the headlight look, going, no, I don't think so. Facebook has a piece of code on it that is your personal identity, that is what's called a Facebook pixel. And what you need to do is have your web person put that pixel code on your website, so now Facebook and your web can communicate with each other. And that way, Facebook can track exactly how many people went to your website. If you're selling something, they can tell you exactly how many people went to your website and purchased whatever it was you're selling. That pixel is a critical piece of information for your tracking results. Now let me show you where it is. Okay, when you go to your Facebook page, do you see in the blue line up there? This is my Facebook personal profile page. See where the white arrow is right at the top?
Yes.
Up here. Okay, it's black before you click it, so it's almost impossible to see. I think Facebook was trying to hide it. That is where you go to set up a business page. That is where you go to create your business page and to manage that page, to create an ad, to manage ads. This is where you go for most of the important things on your business, running your business and running ads. So we're going to take a look at how you would set up an ad from your personal profile page, but you're actually doing it for your business. Now the two, it's a little confusing to me at first. Now that I understand, the two are totally separate entities. Your personal profile page doesn't identify in any way on your personal profile that you have a business named Planet Einstein. So again, they're totally separate. What you would do when you want to run an ad in Facebook is I would go to, once I have my business page set up, my pixel on the website, I would then go to create ads and click on that. That will give you options that will pop up in a screen for creating an ad. It will bring up your Ads Manager program. And then once you have the ad created, then you go back to the Manage Ads on that tab and the drop-down menu and interpret all the analytics that Facebook is going to give you. So let's look at targeting the audience, which is one of the critical components of running a Facebook ad, whether it's an image ad or whether it's a video ad. These are the three elements they give you, but when you start digging down into demographics, let's just say we want to target your audience by, let's take Business First as an example, okay? Who would be the typical reader of Business First?
A small business owner.
Okay, small business owner. So we would probably want to target small business owners or just business owners,
Yeah.
period.
Right.
Okay, what else do you know about them?
Maybe with a certain amount of employees and they're wanting to market a product to consumers.
Okay, so we could target this business owner by number of employees.
Yes.
We might even be able to target them by what their location is in town, by how much money they make,
Right.
and whether or not they've been in business for a number of years.
Right.
I mean, all the things we can conjure up that would make sense that this avatar we're building is the profile of your ideal customer, and that's who we want to target.
Right.
Now, all these things, that's just one element of demographics. We also will talk about, are they male or female?
Right.
What is their age range?
Their
You
salary.
know, what income level can they expect to be in? What is the value of their house? You know, I mean, we can dig so deep into each of these. It boggled my mind literally when I started looking at, I can go to interest and say, I want to target all the people who watch Shark Tank. I can do that in my targeting. I can also target all the people who are interested in entrepreneurship. Or I can target all the people who have MBAs. I mean, literally, the narrowing down that you can do to hone in on your market is one of the biggest assets that Facebook ads possess. And then finally, you can do it by behavior. If the first two weren't enough, you can say, all right, I want somebody that goes to baseball games, because I may be selling sports equipment, or I want somebody who dines out a couple of times a week, because I have a restaurant and I'm targeting people who go out to dinner. Or I can target people who watch Guy Ferrari or whatever his name is. So, anyway, the behavior and the interest sometimes overlap, and Facebook actually identifies it for you and says, all right, this watching Guy Fieri on TV is an interest. This one is the number of people who exhibit that as a behavior. So, yeah.
I've noticed when I click on an ad, is there also a category you can find similar ads on Facebook? Because it seems like I get 5 or 6 more.
Yes,
ads.
Big Brother is tracking you.
Yes.
I know.
And you can, somewhere in that, I don't remember where, like whether it's under interests or what, but you can even choose people who like I was trying to target coaches, life coaches and people like that. And so I found pages, Facebook pages, that were likely people that those people would have liked, so I could target people who have liked so-and-so's page.
Yes, yes. Actually, I can go, let's say I have a competitor in Louisville, which I don't think I do, but I go to their Facebook page, I can target their customers.
Right. There
Which-
are people who like them.
Yes, they're people who have liked them, I can target. So, I mean, it doesn't seem right to me, but that's perfectly acceptable, and Facebook lets you do that. So that is the biggest selling point I think there is to Facebook, that you can tweak that targeting. And people who like other pages, actually there's another tool that Facebook has that is one of the very first things you do before you even put your ad together. And let me show you. This is actually where I'm building my ad. We have an online store, an e-commerce store that I have for fun, but obviously for profit, that's called Jack's Online Shop. That was a combination of Max and Jackie. So Jack's online shop is targeting people who own Jaguars. We're a member of the Louisville Jaguar Driving Club, and I love all these fun little things you can get with Jaguars on them, necklaces and earrings and bracelets and shirts and purses and etc. So I started an online store that's targeting Jaguar car owners. And look what it lets me do. Interest, Jaguar cars. Now if I put just Jaguar in there, it'd been Jaguar animals, no, I didn't want that audience. So let me show you what.
So was Jaguar cars an interest that was already in there, or did you define it?
No, you have to go with one that's in there.
That's what I thought, because
Yeah.
I struggled with that with the coaches.
Yes.
Because I didn't just want life coaches, I wanted book coaches, and I wanted, presentation coaches, and there anything like that in there, and so it's.
There probably will be at some point soon.
Yeah, there may be now, I haven't
Yeah.
done it recently.
But if it's not there, then you can't use it, or you get as close as you can with
Right.
something that is there.
Which is why I went to the thing about targeting pages that they would like.
Yes,
That
yes.
helped me because there wasn't a thing.
So if they like a page for that so-and-so's coaching services,
Right.
then that's a perfect audience for
Like
you.
they almost all like, Oprah and Wayne Dyer.
Yeah, or Tony Robbins.
Right,
or-
exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So people who like Tony Robbins'
The problem
page.
is that's
you
too
know,
broad
Mm.
because there are a whole lot of people who like Tony Robbins who have nothing to do with coaching. right?
Absolutely. And actually, there's that little meter I was showing you about. This took me the longest time to grasp because what you want to do with a national audience and the local audience, but now Jaguar Card's a national audience. Right now I'm just selling to the US with this particular page. But you want to narrow and define your audience enough so that it is laser targeted. Otherwise, if I hadn't done, this is blocking up here, but I've done it by an age group to females and to US speaking English. And then I think that other than Jaguar cars, and I think I did people who like jewelry. So anyway, I've narrowed this down pretty specifically. If I have an audience somewhere between 300,000 to 1 million, that's my ideal size audience. If it gets over 1 million, then you got too large an audience because your dollar won't go as far and you will be wasting a lot of money targeting to people who aren't interested in your product. So you want your audience to be as defined as possible. Now, I was doing a budget of, I think, $3 to $5 a day on this. And Facebook doesn't put this out to all 370,000 people at one time. This goes out in kind of a trickle effect based on my daily budget. So the estimated daily reach here is 120 to 310 people every day in Facebook. If I up my budget, that will increase. And actually what you should do, once you see that you are getting good results, after the first 3 days of your ad, you should do what's called scaling up. You should increase your budget and exponentially your daily reach will increase. So you definitely want to scale. On the other hand, if you see it's not working and you're going, all right, I've given it 3 days for the algorithms to click in and everything to gel, and you see, I'm not getting views, I'm not getting click-throughs, you kill it. And you can stop the ad at any point, and you stop paying at that point. So what you do when you define what your schedule is and what your budget is, all you have to do is click a button and it stops that ad. What I typically do is when I stop it, I tweak the ad, maybe change the video, I change the order of one of my videos and put the talking part of it later so it goes right into the action at the first frame. And actually with that, I will end this, and I want you to watch a couple of the videos and let's review them and talk about what makes them good or what makes them not so good. So Max, can you find that for me? You want to stop it there?
No, we have plenty of time.
No, we don't. We have 5 minutes.
Oh, I mean on the camera, but I don't think we've got enough,
Go to enough what?
remember what we were having the problem with is getting,
Oh, yeah, the videos wouldn't play earlier. I hope they will. We'll
the
see.
internet here, not as strong as we would like for it to be.
Yeah, they're,
What's it called? I forget.
Animoto.
A-N,
And another, have you found Canva yet? Canva. Look up Canva, it's free. It is a graphics program that you can make video ads with. You can't do, I'm sorry, not video ads, image ads with, but you can make invitations, posters.
Which one do you wanna watch?
Let's do the Heitzman's. You want to know Heitzman's? And actually be sure to drop a card upstairs for the Heitzman's cookies. Now let's see if this is going to work.
Oh, gotta start.
Well, that's where it stopped.
We need to cut the sound off of that.
Yeah.
Oh, which is a better ad for, the tattoo artist or the cake?
Right. Well, shoot.
Well, it's coming, so let's see it.
We had to have U of L and UK cakes.
Right. Don't want to take anybody off.
And you notice it's a combination of video and stills, which I really like. And then we do an offer in the video so that there is an incentive. And hers is obviously the 10% off a decorated cake. Got to get something to pull them in there.
Right.
Okay, let's try the one I'm doing for Splendid Events. This one is a mock-up. We're working on this. You probably know Pam. And that's not really Pam.
No.
But Pam and her daughter own an event planning company and want to do more fundraising events. And she's having her brain ball on November 18th, so we're going with video camera to do some more video clips there. No, come on. 2 more slides. Right. Make it. Okay, I think that's, you get the idea.
Yes.
Actually, I did one for fun for this event. See if that one will play. I think it's a little shorter. The,
Where is
that one,
it? This one?
yeah.
But you only ran it one day.
Large, full screen. Full screen there,
Huh?
full screen.
They made the biggest impact for me was the first thing is you've got to differentiate yourself. I always ask myself, why am I different? How am I different? And I think it's very important to be, I call them the 3 C's, but clear, concise, and confident.
What did they all have in common? What did you notice?
Call to action.
Call to action, absolutely.
Dynamic images, but not necessarily video images, so
And
stills that are
actually-
strung together in a video.
Yeah, on PAMs especially, we're inserting, lots, and any that we're doing for a real customer, we want the images to outnumber the stills. The other thing is, starting fast, keep moving.
Yeah.
Because attention span, we talked, less than your pet goldfish. So you've got to keep people engaged in this till the very last frame. If it's any longer than 30 seconds, you're probably going to lose them. So that one was 1:08. It was a little long. So I've got to keep my own rule and keep them short, which is very challenging because you have all this information and the essence of that video needs to be captured in 30 seconds.
And I imagine most of it has to be right in the first second or two. Because if
want
I'm
it-
scrolling through my feed, if it catches my attention, then I come back.
Yeah,
Look at it.
yeah.
It's got to catch my attention as I'm scrolling.
Yeah, or it's lost.
Yeah.
So, any questions? I know, you wanted to get to something at 12:30, so we'll stop there. The key takeaway I want you to have from this is that Facebook ads are affordable and they work. And test things out. Some of you will be able to do this on your own, and some of you will not, and that's why I'm here. So if you need my help, I would love to work with you. You all have any questions?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All righty, thank you.
Thanks, Doug.
Good to see you.
The brochures are upstairs and all that good stuff. And don't forget to drop a card in the basket to win the cookies.
Max doesn't want to take those cookies home with us. Was this ours, Bear?
What?
This Logitech?
Yes.
Is that a new